6 years? Tang Wenhui's voice was filled with disbelief as he sat on the steps, his gaze distant. The servant, kneeling before him, explained, "Yes, young master. The heavenly demon cult had a civil war for the first time in 6 years. 2 months ago, I told Hyungsum to bring me recent history of the Jianghu," Tang Wenhui recalled, his mind drifting back. His thoughts continued. "While I thought a lot of time might have passed because of the primordial divine wheel reincarnation, the weight of the revelation pressed down on him. This surpassed my expectations. 6 years?" He whispered, the realization sinking in. The scene shifted to a darker tone, Tang Wenhui's expression somber. "After 6 years of this despair," the servant, still on his knees, added, "At the time, the heavenly demon went missing." "What? Missing?" Tang Wenhui's shock was evident. "Yes, it was a wicked trick of the demonic cult for a while," the servant continued. "It was chaotic, because we didn't know when the heavenly demon would return." The final thought echoed ominously. Master might still be alive. Tang Wenhui expression filled with a mix of determination and contemplation. "There is slight hope," they think to themselves. The scene shifts to a flashback or memory, where a character expresses a desire to escape, "Although I want to run to Tianshan immediately." Back to the present, Tang Wenhui clenches their fist, energy crackling around it. "I lack the power and means to do so." Tang Wenhui's determined face, especially information. Tang Wenhui, now more visibly empowered, speaks with resolve. "I'm sure the traitor bastards are using all the information they can to find Master." A close-up shows the Tang Wenhui's intense gaze. "But if they've yet to find him, I will need information rivaling theirs." The scene then shifts to a broader perspective, revealing a plan, and there is a plan for the Tang Patriarch to visit the Nine Dragons division. The narrative concludes with a powerful statement, "The Sichuan Tang Patriarch and one of the top 10 masters of the world." The figure stands in a dramatic pose, energy swirling around them, ready to take on the challenges ahead. The scene opens with the ominous declaration, "The Dark Supreme, Tang Moon-hyuk," setting a tone of foreboding power. A shadowy figure stands before a crowd, their presence commanding. There are rumors that the Dark Supreme will establish a special security division. The figure's silhouette is highlighted against a dark, stormy sky. "If I join that division, I can utilize the Tang clan's network." The narrative shifts to a muscular figure in a traditional setting, training intensely. "And my chances of finding him will go up." And little fierce armored creature appears. "Looks like you're on the right track as the 12 beats of the violent tiger." The 12 heads of the violent tiger. Introducing an advanced martial technique. A dynamic scene follows, showing a character enveloped in an aura resembling a tiger's head, an advanced basic technique that is taught amongst vagabonds. The scene intensifies. It is a martial art that utilizes half of their body, surrounding fists, palms, fingers, and feet, as lethal weapons. The final image shows a figure in a powerful stance, if one strengthens their physical body through pushing its limits with extreme muscle training. Tang Wenhui, his muscular form bathed in the soft light of his chamber, pondered deeply. "So it's the big pill again?" The scene shifted to a shadowy figure, their voice echoing with a sinister tone. "Yes, there isn't much I can do, young leader. The security is harsh." Back in his room, Tang Wenhui's skepticism was palpable. "If you don't work properly, I'm turning you into a spirit pill." A spectral figure of a spider, its eyes glowing with malice, responded, "Trust me. I did my best." Tang Wenhui, now with a determined look, declared, "Got it, got it." He continued, his gaze sharp. "So what other information do you have? Such as where the Dark Supreme is?" The spider, seemingly amused, replied, "I'm not sure when the Dark Supreme is visiting, but Yucheng, was that his name? Yes, he finished seclusion training and has returned." Tang Wenhui's interest piqued. "Tang Yucheng, the Dark Supreme's visit draws nearer, so it makes sense for him to come out." The spider's voice carried a hint of intrigue. "Tang Yuyang? That's right, so I drew him out." In a moment of realization, Tang Wenhui exclaimed, "That's all?" But the spider had more to reveal. "I saw him and his mom having a secret meeting about you." Namsoon's words echoed in Tang Wenhui's mind. Namsoon said that Tang Yuyang had a secret meeting about me. Tang Wenhui, his expression serious, pondered aloud, "Tell me what you heard." The scene shifted to a serene view of the Tang clan's architecture, as he continued. "So they're trying to get rid of me during the Dark Supreme visit?" His thoughts deepened. "And they think there's something behind me?" In his chamber, a small spider figure of determination, he answering, "Yes." He looked at the spider, his eyes narrowing. "They sure are writing novels." His skepticism grew. But to think they're recommending me to the security division. Reflecting on the situation, Tang Wenhui mused. Here I was wondering how I'd join, yet they're clearing the path for me. With that being said, I can't say I like that they're doing to embrace me. A voice called from outside. Young master, it's Hyung Sam. Tang Wenhui, slightly surprised, responded. Come in. His gaze fell upon a steaming bowl brought in. What is this? The answer came. The lady said this is a tonic for you. The lady? Tang Wenhui questioned, his curiosity piqued. Didn't she say not to give me something to eat? A servant, standing respectfully at the door, explained. She said that you would have been hungry, and since you suffered so much pain, you should replenish your energy. Tang Wenhui's skepticism was clear. This old woman has gotten more curious. He sighed, a soft "hoo" escaping his lips, before he decided, okay, leave it there. The servant, bowing slightly, added. She wanted me to see you to drinking it. As the servant left, Tang Wenhui muttered to himself, He then read the note attached to the bowl. Based on what I heard, it's probably laced with lunacy poison. His eyes narrowed as he continued. Since I've already learned the violent dragon cultivation technique and the wind god technique, even some divine grade, this is useless. He examined the tonic, pondering, 100-year ginseng, mixed flowers, and a small amount of the poison. There's even some purification tables. A figure of power emerged in his mind, energy swirling around him as he thought about the potency of the concoction. It's an elixir so miraculous that consuming it once or twice would help one recover their energy and even increase it, but consuming this combination in such a state would affect the body with toxicity. Finally, Tang Wenhui concluded with a resigned tone. Well, I expected as much. Tang Wenhui's eyes narrowed as he sensed something amiss. There's cinnabar poison in it. His mind raced with suspicion. Giving cinnabar poison to the young leader? That Namgung clan bitch must be crazy. The spider, appearing in the shadows, added, How dare she use witchcraft on the young leader? Tang Wenhui's voice was firm as he commanded, Spy on her and find out who her sorcerer is. The spider saluted. Yes, sir. As the realization dawned on him, Tang Wenhui muttered. Driving me crazy using the lunacy poison, then using sorcery to turn me into a puppet. Is that her plan? He looked at the bowl with disdain. I'm curious as to how good her sorcerer is. After a moment, he addressed the servant who had returned. I finished drinking it, so why are you still here? The servant replied, his voice low. There's a martial master waiting outside. They were sent by the lady. Tang Wenhui, his expression serious, asked, Martial master? I am Tangon, the martial master assigned to young master Wenhui. Tangon declared, standing tall on the rooftop. He then extended an olive branch. Although not for long, let's get along well. A figure beside him, fierce wind warrior Tangon, nodded in agreement. Fierce wind warrior, Tangon. The narrative shifted, revealing Tangon's past. Back when the Tempest Squad was fighting on the front lines, he was the largest contributor. Tangon's prestige was further elaborated, and he's one of the top 5 masters in the 9 Dragons branch family. Suddenly, Tangon let out a loud yawn. Yawn. Despite his yawn, he continued, But he's someone who lives lazily because he couldn't be bothered with any more duties. Why is he suddenly my master? Tangon, with a knowing smile, explained, I was asked to train you 4 days before the clan head's visit. Tang Wenhui, with a hint of amusement, replied, he accepted because he was too lazy to help with festivity preparation. Tangon shared his perspective. By having Tang Wenhui trained by me, she creates the impression that she does indeed care for her stepson. And she wants to control me with sorcery to shame me in front of the clan head. He has no idea what he's getting into. Tang Wenhui mused, a smirk playing on his lips. I was wondering what she was doing, but it seems she had a scheme in mind. He turned to Tangon, his curiosity evident. And what are you going to teach me? Tangon, with a calm demeanor, responded. There is a technique set for you to learn. Tang Wenhui, intrigued, asked. Set? Tangon's voice was firm. I won't show twice, so watch closely. The scene shifted to a courtyard where several figures were practicing, their movements swift and precise. This movement technique where you move like a shadow. Tang Wenhui observed, his eyes narrowing. This is, as Tangon demonstrated, his form blurred. The shadow-shrouded step. Tang Wenhui watched intently. The one Tang Yucheng uses? Yes, this is the foundation of the shadow-shrouded arts young master Yu Young uses. Tangon explained, his tone instructional. Tang Wenhui, his interest piqued, thought aloud. She's planning to show off her son by comparing him to me, huh? Tang Gan continued. With its covert movement, the shadow-shrouded step is perfect to use with poison or Haitian weapons. As they moved to a more open space, Tang Gan instructed, I've left footprints on the ground, so just follow them. The scene showed Tang Wenhui following the faint traces on the ground. He moves like a shadow even when leaving clean footprints on the ground. Tang Gan, observing, nodded approvingly. He's worthy of the title Fierce Wind Warrior. With a confident smile, Tang Gan encouraged, all right, I've told you how to do the shadow-shrouded step, so try your best to learn it. Tang Wenhui. I learned it all. Tang Gan, if you aren't sure about something, feel free to talk to me. Tang Gan's expression then shifted to one of surprise. What? I just learned the shadow-shrouded step, Tang Wenhui announced, his voice carrying a hint of pride. Tang Gan, looking at him with a mix of surprise and skepticism, replied, I don't think you understand. As you've learned martial arts before. He paused, then continued. But the shadow-shrouded step is quite difficult. It took 10 days for the Tempest Squad members just to learn the form. Tang Wenhui, unfazed, retorted. Even a genius like me took 5 days. Tang Gan, with a thoughtful expression, added, and as for truly understanding the meaning behind the form, it takes 3 months. Tang Wenhui couldn't help but chuckle. Ha, calling yourself a genius? Tang Wenhui, with a slight smile, explained, so that's how long it takes. Tang Wenhui, standing confidently, said, if you understand what I'm saying, keep practicing. And I learned it all. Tang Wenhui declared, his gaze steady. Tang Gan, impressed, responded, young Master Wenhui, this isn't something you can just see once and copy. With a hand to his face, Tang Gan mused, I want to see it then? 30 silver coins on whether I learned the shadow shroud step properly or not, Tang Wenhui proposed, his voice light with challenge. Tang Gan, taken aback, exclaimed, 30? Tang Wenhui, with a sly grin, continued. Oh ho, you finally opened your eyes? From what I know, your monthly wage is around 10 coins. Tang Wenhui, now more serious, replied. I need to bet it lasts 3 months worth of wages for it to be a proper wager, no. Ahem. The shadow-shrouded step is a precious martial art made in the spirit of the Tang clan, Tang Gan declared, his tone turning formal. Tang Gan, puzzled, asked, betting on such a thing? Tang Wenhui, with a confident smirk, addressed him. Sir Martial Master. Tang Wenhui's expression shifted. Are you scared? Tang Gan, his eyes gleaming with determination, responded. Scared? Nah, you're scared. Tang Wenhui taunted, a smirk playing on his lips. The fierce wind warrior himself said he took 5 days. To think a man can be so scared. Tang Wenhui, standing firm, replied, it's fine, I'll just keep training by myself. Tang Gan, with a determined look, called out, hold it. He continued, his voice firm. You're quite talented at scratching a person's ego. All right, I'll accept your money as your fee for not respecting martial arts. Tang Wenhui, with a confident nod, asked, you accepted it, right? There's no taking back, okay? Tang Wenhui stated, his tone leaving no room for argument. All right, so go ahead and show me how. Tang Gan challenged, his stance ready. The scene shifted to Tang Wenhui moving with incredible speed, his form blurring across the courtyard. What? How? Sir Martial Master? Tang Wenhui's voice trailed off, a playful smile on his face. Tang Wenhui, looking up with a smirk, teased, you were planning on having some drinks today? Tang Wenhui, feeling the weight of the situation, replied, this feels quite heavy. Tang Gan, now sweating slightly, exclaimed, my coin too? His expression turned to one of shock. No way.